Hello everybody, today I am doing a journal flip through of this black moleskine. I used this black moleskine as my journal for 2017 and I finished it just after the new year, so I'm counting it, and I figured I would just go through it and flip through it with you guys. So yeah, let's just get into it. So the first page I don't actually do anything with because it's got that weird margin thing, so I just left that blank. And the actual first page of my journal, I just wrote the year 2017 and I just said the year of self-love because that was my goal for the year. Over here is a picture of me on my birthday, which I added later. My birthday's in August, but I figured it's a nice moment to capture for the year, so I stuck that in here. Then I just pasted this white sheet of paper that says start somewhere. I actually cut this out for something else but never ended up using it, so that's why it's here. I thought it was a good way to start the journal. Over here I went to a concert on New Year's and these were lyrics that I ended up dancing to with my boyfriend, and it was just a nice memory of the new year. So then my friend Lauren and Lucas ended up coming into town and we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Jack Daniels, so I just pasted those in here. This is a picture of me and my best friend Lauren, except this is not from this trip. It's from a trip we took over the summer, and I just wrote the lyrics to Ribs by Lord Around the Border because I didn't have a picture from the trip. I think I meant to replace it with a picture from this trip, but it never happened, so oops. This is just me talking about long distance relationship and then lyrics that remind me of my boyfriend, so kind of contrasting like the frustrations with the long distance relationship with lyrics that remind me of him and our love. This is a page I call Everything Kati, and it's just my favorites, things that kind of define me personality wise. So my Myers-Briggs, my star sign, my Hogwarts house, and then this is makeup I was wearing at that moment, my favorite lipstick, which I still love, the nail polish I was wearing a ton, and eyeshadow I was wearing a lot too, if you can see that. Then this is something I started doing and it kind of continued but in a different way. These are the things I was really enjoying that month. So for the month of January, I was burning this candle a lot. I had this wine and I was taking a lot of bubble baths, so I just pasted all of that in here as like a little scrapbook memory. These are the top 10 books I want to read and I wanted to read in 2017, and I ended up reading all but 2, so that I was very proud of. Then I saw Star Wars Rogue One, so I just kind of did a spread commemorating that because I loved that movie so much. Then on the 21st, I went on the Women's Rights March in Nashville, and this was actually part of a fan that I found on the ground that says equal rights for all, and I just wanted to commemorate that. And then I got a cat, so I put a picture of me and my cat Banjo in here in January. This is something that definitely didn't continue, but if you've seen Jenna from Jenna Claire K, her journal flip throughs, I kind of stole this idea from her, a playlist of music I was listening to and the books that I read for the month. So the books are over here, the playlist is here. I did not keep up with this very well. You'll see it stop right around April. So sorry, but I like the idea. I like coming back and seeing these songs, so I might try to continue on with that. So here is February. This is me talking about possibility of going vegan, and then these are the things I was loving: a couple candles, hard cider, and a restaurant that I went to a bunch. This was Valentine's Day, which I didn't actually get to spend with my boyfriend, so I just put a picture in here and a little quote. Then here's February, my February playlist and books that I read in February, very similar to the January spread. This is something that happened, it started in March with these 2 coasters and then I added a few things. So this is a brewery that I went to and got this Jack of all trades or Jack of hops coaster. This is a brewery I went to in Pennsylvania. Chattanooga and California. So I liked this idea. I liked the little memories, but these were too thick to like continue on with all the places I was going to, so I just stopped at these 4. Then my boyfriend's dad won a Governor's Arts Award, and I pasted this in and I pasted his bio underneath. I'm not going to flip that up for privacy reasons. And I intended to write all about the night of the awards, but I didn't. I just wrote my boyfriend's dad won a Governor's Arts Award. So there's that. This next page, this is the invitation for a wedding that I went to in Pennsylvania, and they gave jam as a wedding favor, and I just blocked this off because it's got their information on there. I wanted to keep their privacy, but me and my friends and my boyfriend took a road trip. We ended up going to Gettysburg and visiting the national parks up there, so that was really cool. This next page is like my March favorites page, and that I was drinking this coffee. There's this bagel place I discovered and more baths, so I stuck those in here. And then this is me talking about memories and wanting to write more in my journal to remember stuff. Here's my March playlist, getting shorter and shorter, and books that I read in March. Then April, I got a roommate, so we popped some champagne and I kept the label from that to commemorate that. I went to Mammoth Cave National Park and a Nashville Sounds game with a few people, so I stuck that in there. This is the wristband from a night out that I had, and we were actually leaving and this song came on. It was Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon, and everybody just kept dancing for one more song. It was really, really fun. And these are Dodie lyrics that I actually started listening to Dodie this year and kind of watching her as a YouTuber, so put that in there. Then these are all the series that I wanted to start. Eventually, they were not series I wanted to start in 2017, but I liked this kind of layout, so that's what I did that. And I actually ended up starting 5 of them and finishing 1 of them, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then this page is just series I need to finish that are either I'm midway through the series I want to finish, etc. Then I finally watched La La Land, which I thought was really cool. And this quote is actually wrong. The quote is "A bit of madness is key, not king," but I didn't feel like changing it, so I kept it in there. I thought it was kind of funny. Then this is a list of series that I completed. So I just wanted to keep up with that. I actually left space to continue on, but obviously I don't think I even continued through the end of the year. Oops! Then these are a list of some inspirational YouTubers, writing, journaling, nerd culture stuff, advice, aesthetic and content-wise. I thought it would just be nice to remember these in that moment, the YouTubers I was watching. These are my favorite female characters and my favorite male characters. I absolutely adore both of these. And then I wrote this in after, but I have the Nicki Minaj lyrics, "You can be the king, but watch the queen conquer," which I thought that was pretty cute. Then I ended up getting into washi tape, so I just kept this page and added to it as I got more washi tape, and I was really enjoying using that as I started journaling. Then this is just a quote. Sometimes the people around you won't understand your journey. They don't need to. It's not for them. And this is just a cutout from a magazine that I stuck in there. Then this is something I saw somewhere else, I think on Tumblr, but I really liked the different doors and the quote, and it was just something I really needed in that moment, so I kept that. I copied and redid it in my journal here. These are old memories that I found that I didn't know where to put this stuff, but I didn't want to not include it just because it didn't happen during 2017. So I have a ticket from when I went abroad and went to the Hobbiton movie set, my ticket from Avett Brothers concert, and when I was in the hospital, my boyfriend sent me flowers. I kept that and wrote the dates of everything in there. This next portion, I have tickets from events that I went to and just kind of like a scrapbook of the weekend that I had. This is my, I think, April books that I read that month and stuff I was enjoying in April. I went to the library a bunch, a candle I was burning, and tea I was drinking. This is a waterfall that I went to visit in April, and I also started gardening. So I meant to write a little bit more here. Obviously that didn't happen, so I just stuck this blueberry bush tag that I had kept from my garden. Then this is where I start getting kind of scrapbooky and pasting things in and not writing about stuff. This was from an event I went to. My parents came into town. We went back to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Jack Daniels, and I ran a 5K. So this is where I decided that I didn't really just want to paste things in anymore. I'm not sad that I did this, but I definitely was looking back at my journal the last few pages and being like, what am I doing? This is a journal. I want to write. So I ended up taking a little break in May and just writing only a few things in May, and the summer I definitely, you know, took me a while to get back into journaling, but let's just keep going. I started writing more after this. In the middle, this pocket here is just stuff from my trip to California. So I've got photos, tickets, receipts, things like that from when I went to visit my sister. This is lyrics from a song called Same Drugs by Chance the Rapper, and this is why I really like that song and what it means to me. And over here, if you guys know Chance the Rapper, he has a hat with the number 3 on it, and that is like his signature hat, and so I just got creative with magazine clippings and collaged that in here. Then in May, there was that REI Force of Nature campaign. My sister sent me a gift and put this sticky note in it, and I ended up playing cards with my friends for like 3 hours. So I took the joker of these cards we were playing with and put it in here as a memory. Then my boyfriend graduated from college, so I wrote about that and kept some stuff from that, and I found my first 4-leaf clover that weekend, which I thought was really cool. This is me talking about traveling and why I like to travel so much. I got a bunch of Kylie lip kits, not all at the same time, but once I got 2 more, I decided to swatch them all and include this iconic Kylie lipstick thing in here. Then it was my birthday in August, and I wrote about that. We went to an amusement park, and it was really fun. The total solar eclipse happened, which was so cool. So I wrote about that, put my glasses in here because it was so much fun. And then this is like my summer scrapbook. So this is me kind of catching up on what happened over the summer. I gardened a bunch, candles, drank a lot of beer. One day it was so hot my air conditioning wasn't working, so my boyfriend and I went to a double feature, the Strawberry Festival, a ticket from an event I went to, really fun. Then in September I went to the Sarah J Maas Tower of Dawn launch event and wrote about that. It was really inspiring. I really am so glad I went to that. I went to see the movie Patty Cakes, which was really good. This is me writing about my day, and then I stopped writing to make dinner, and I ended up slicing my finger, and I had to get 3 stitches. So this is like part of the bandage that went around my actual bandage. There's a little bit of blood there. Sorry, it's gross, but I taped that in here. It says I cut myself while chopping sweet potatoes and needed 3 stitches. I went to a UT game with my boyfriend at Tennessee. That was fun. That was crazy. These are the lyrics to La Vie en Rose, and these are petals from a rose bush I planted right outside my window. This is just me talking about my life sideways to make it interesting. These are lyrics from the Grace VanderWaal song Moonlight, I think is what it's called, and it was my jam during September. My mom came and we went to the zoo, so I pasted a piece of the Nashville Zoo map in here. It was really fun, and I put our tickets here and wrote about her, all the things we did in while she was in town for the weekend. Just another inspirational quote. Usually when I write quotes like this, I'm feeling down, so I'm doing it to make myself feel better. I went to the Language of Thorns release event and they gave out a bunch of stuff. This was from the ice cream truck. This was my signing group line thing. This was like my favorites for September. So there's this coffee place I really enjoy. I ate a lot of Indian food and Halo Top ice cream. I started getting Owl Crate again. So this came in the Owl Crate along with the washi tape, which I thought was really cute. This was something I found in my drawer when I was cleaning out my desk and I didn't just want to throw it away, so I stuck it in here. These were fall candles I was burning a lot. There's a lot of candles coming up, by the way. My fall scrapbook, beer, bath bomb. This I stole from my friends. Fall decorations and just other autumn stuff. This is a quote from the podcast S-Town that I listened to like in a day. It was really good. Not doing too hot in October. I finished Crooked Kingdom, and so this is a quote from that, and this is a card that I got at the release event for Crooked Kingdom last year, or 2 years ago now. This is me talking about my friend's bridal shower and then her bachelorette party. We went to a UT game and Buffalo Wild Wings. Just personal stuff. These are lyrics from New Rules by Dua Lipa. Probably one of my favorite songs for sure of 2017. I finally changed my license over to a Tennessee license, and I'm not going to show you my license because that'd be crazy, but that's what this was, like the paper copy they gave me until the actual one came. These are lyrics to Landslide that I wrote down. I went to visit my boyfriend when he was living in the Smoky Mountains. I went to the Museum of the Cherokee Indians and just wrote about hiking and things like that. My best friend Emily got married, so these are Polaroids from her wedding. And then this is me talking about her wedding. She wrote everyone a really nice card, all of her bridal party, so I'm not going to flip that open, but it was really, really, really sweet of her. This is stuff from one of my favorite owl crates that I've ever gotten, and I love this quote by Lee Bardugo. Again, I got this owl crate and I loved the aesthetic of the owl crate, so I just wrote the best fantasy is written in the language of dreams. This is just me writing about my life, a quote to motivate myself to move forward. I want to be this person. Oh my gosh. And again, Owl Crate that month just killed it. The next 2 pages are stickers that I had on my laptop that I pulled off, and I didn't realize, I don't know why I stuck these in here because it's white on a white background, but this is the Millennium Falcon and this is the Stark Direwolf. This is a receipt from a hot chicken place that I went to before one of our intramural volleyball games, and I smelled like chicken for the longest time, and I thought I smelled like chicken even after I showered, but it was just a fun night and the chicken was really good, so I just kept that in there. More candles I was burning in the fall. It was a good candle time for me this fall. So this is me talking about my new job and the interview process, and then this is people and quotes people said to me to kind of keep me motivated. Obviously I covered it up for personal reasons. This is my Christmas list, gifts that I wanted to give everybody. Me talking about drama with a couple of my friends, and then things are better now. The candle I was burning again. This is actually the same as the candle I was burning at the very beginning of my journal, and it's such a good scent. It just smells like fire, which I guess is defeating the point of a candle, but I think it smells really good. This is the wrapping paper that I used to wrap all my Christmas presents this year, and I just put a little quote right there. This is Christmas that I had with my family in Nashville, so I wrote about it and pasted some stuff from that day. This is a list of things that happened in 2017 that I didn't write about. So getting my cat, my trip to California I didn't write about, 4th of July, my friend's wedding, etc., etc. These are two of my favorite pictures ever. I was at my uncle's house and he had this in a box of photos that he wasn't really doing anything with. This is my grandpa holding a puppy, and then this is that same box of puppies, and I asked him if I could have these and he said yes, so I took them, and I just really, really love these pictures. A quote and a little page from a magazine I thought was really pretty. Another quote. This is me talking about my intramural volleyball league, and a picture from an ugly sweater party that I went to with two of my best friends. Then I went home for Christmas, so these are my tickets, and then just writing quotes about home. I saw Star Wars The Last Jedi and it was so good, so I just wrote one of the quotes from that. And then this is me talking about Star Wars and theories and all of that good stuff. Then I'm going to Ireland this year, and my mom's friend from work gave me things that I need to go and see. Then it snowed, and I hadn't seen snow in a long time. It didn't snow in Tennessee until recently, so at this point it had been forever since I snowed, so I just wrote "I smell snow," which is a Gilmore Girls quote, and pasted this business card in here of this photographer that was snowy. Then this is my best books of 2017 list, which I didn't actually end up finishing, and I just did a top 10 books instead of categorizing it. Then I was still thinking about Star Wars, so I listed all my favorite Star Wars films in order of favorite to least favorite. And then this is just more Christmas stuff, tags and things like that that I thought were cute. And then ribbons that I got with a little Christmas quote right here. Then I wanted to write everything out that happened to me when I was home for break, so I started that, and then I got bored and I just listed the things that happened over Christmas break. And then I came back to Tennessee, so I just pasted my ticket and wrote home. This is me just talking about life and listing some stuff. These are little goals that I have for the next year, and I spilled coffee, so I just wrote, "Oops, I spilled coffee." Then I was going through some old magazines for cool pictures, and I found a bunch with water, so I wrote about water. Or this is actually a quote about water. Then I saw Star Wars The Last Jedi again, and I loved it. It was so good. Fabulous. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. This is just me talking about, looking back on 2017. And then a quote. And then I ended up moving cubicles at work. So this is my name tag from my old cubicle and a note that one of my coworkers wrote for me. This is a bag that I got from Lush, and I actually put some things inside of makeup products that I was liking at the moment. Another quote. The rest of this is like mostly quotes. Because I had a lot of space left and I just really was loving the quotes at this moment. Like, whenever it's the new year, I always look for inspirational quotes, so I just put a bunch of them in here. More quotes. This is me writing about angsty stuff. Something I saw on Tumblr. Another quote. One of my favorite poems ever by Hafiz. And then it just says, "I'm ready for a fresh start." And then my last page, I pasted the binding for my next journal in here. And that is it. That is my 2017 journal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!